What if I told you the clothes you see in most stores were designed almost a year ago? A team of designers, months in advance, tried to predict the future. They tried to guess what colors, what fabrics, and what styles you would want to buy 12 months from now. They made a massive bet. And most of an industry's time and money is spent on this gamble. The result? Over 100 billion garments are produced each year. And up to 40% of them are never even sold. They're sent to landfills or incinerated. An entire industry, built on a foundation of guesswork and waste. But one company decided to break the rules. One company built an empire not by predicting the future, but by reacting to the present. A company that can take a design from a sketch to a store rack anywhere in the world, in less than a month. And in doing so, it changed fashion forever. That company is Zara. Founded in 1975 in A Coruña, Spain, by Amancio Ortega, Zara has become a global titan. Its parent company, Inditex, is one of the largest apparel retailers on the planet, with thousands of stores in over 90 countries. While legacy brands like Gap or H&M follow the traditional fashion calendar, designing collections 6 to 12 months in advance, Zara operates on a completely different timeline. They can observe a new trend emerging on the streets of Paris, and have a version of that product in their New York City store in as little as 3 weeks. This speed is their legendary competitive advantage. It is the engine of their entire business. So, how do they do it? How does Zara defy the fundamental laws of manufacturing and supply chain management that govern the rest of the fashion world? How do they collapse a year-long process into a matter of days? That is the secret we are unlocking today. To understand Zara's model, you have to forget everything you know about how a traditional clothing brand works. Zara didn't just improve the old system, they threw it out and built a new one from the ground up. This new system is built on 3 core pillars: data-driven demand, a centralized nerve center, and the strategic use of scarcity. Pillar 1. You are the designer. The first, and most important, pillar is how Zara understands what its customers want. In a typical fashion company, the design process is top-down. A famous designer dictates the trends, which are then mass-produced and pushed into stores. The company hopes the customer will buy what they've made. Zara completely inverts this model. At Zara, the customer is the designer. The process is bottom-up. Store managers are not just sales staff, they are the company's frontline intelligence officers. Every day, they are trained to observe and listen. What are customers asking for? What are they trying on but not buying? What styles seen on the street are generating buzz? This qualitative data is collected constantly. But it's paired with powerful quantitative data. Every single transaction in every store is tracked in real time. Managers use handheld devices to send daily reports back to headquarters, detailing what's selling, what isn't, and what inventory needs are. This constant stream of information from thousands of stores creates an incredibly accurate, up-to-the-minute picture of global demand. Zara doesn't guess what you want. It waits for you to tell them. The design team isn't tasked with inventing the future, they're tasked with reacting to the present, instantly. If a new style of jacket is selling out in Milan, that data is relayed to headquarters immediately. The design team gets an alert, not to create a new trend, but to create more of the trend that is already succeeding. This is the difference between betting on a future outcome and reacting to a current reality. It dramatically reduces risk. Pillar 2. The cube and production proximity. This real-time data would be useless without a system that could act on it just as quickly. This brings us to the second pillar, Zara's centralized design and production hub. The brain of the entire operation is a 5 million square foot headquarters in A Coruña, Spain, known as the Cube. Here, over 300 designers, data analysts, and production planners work in open-plan floors. There are no walled-off offices. Information flows freely and instantly between teams. When the data from the stores arrives, a commercial team analyzes it and makes a decision. A sketch for a new garment can be rendered in a matter of hours. But here is the most critical decision Zara ever made. While competitors moved nearly all their manufacturing to Asia in the 1990s to chase cheaper labor, Zara kept its most important production close to home. Over half of their products are manufactured in what they call proximity markets. These are factories located in Spain, Portugal, Morocco, and Turkey. This is a direct trade-off. It is more expensive to manufacture in Europe than in Asia. But what Zara loses in per unit cost, it gains in speed, which is far more valuable. When a design is approved, the patterns and materials are sent to these nearby factories. Because they are geographically close, the turnaround is incredibly fast. A new garment can be cut, sewn, and finished in a week. This proximity allows Zara to avoid the biggest bottleneck in the global fashion industry, the container ship. A product made in China or Vietnam can spend 3 to 6 weeks just in transit. By manufacturing close to its main European markets, Zara can have a finished product ready for shipment in days, not months. Pillar 3. Small batches and artificial scarcity. The third pillar is how Zara manages its inventory and logistics. This is where the model's financial genius truly shines. Zara products are not mass-produced. They are made in deliberately small batches. This has two profound effects. First, it minimizes risk. If a design doesn't sell well, the company hasn't committed to a massive inventory that will need to be heavily discounted. They can simply stop producing it and move on to the next trend. In the traditional model, a failed design means millions of dollars in unsellable merchandise. For Zara, it's a small, manageable loss. Second, these small batches create a powerful sense of scarcity. New designs are delivered to every Zara store in the world, twice a week, on a precise schedule. Regular customers know this. They know that if they see something they like, they have to buy it now, because it likely won't be there next week. This buy now or it's gone culture discourages waiting for a sale. In fact, Zara discounts a far smaller percentage of its inventory compared to its rivals, around 18 compared to the industry average of 30 to 40. This translates to significantly higher profit margins. This constant churn of new products also drives foot traffic. Customers return frequently just to see what's new. Once produced, the finished garments are sent back to a massive, highly automated distribution center in Spain. Here, items are sorted, tagged, and prepared for shipment. Within 48 hours of arriving at the distribution center, an order is on a truck or a plane, headed for its final destination. Shipments to European stores arrive in 24 hours. Shipments to stores in America or Asia arrive in under 48 hours. The system is a finely tuned machine, designed for one purpose and one purpose only: speed. So, what is the ultimate secret to Zara's power? It's this: Zara is not a traditional fashion company. It is a logistics and data company that happens to sell clothes. The entire system, the real-time data from stores, the centralized design hub, the nearby factories, the small batches, and the twice-weekly deliveries, is one integrated feedback loop. Think of it this way. The traditional fashion industry operates on a push model. A designer creates a vision and the company pushes it onto the market, hoping it sells. This is a supply-driven model. Zara operates on a pull model. The customer pulls the product into existence through their purchasing behavior. Zara simply built the world's most efficient system for responding to that pull. Their core innovation was realizing that in fashion, the cost of being wrong is far greater than the cost of production. They willingly pay more for manufacturing in Europe because it buys them certainty. They don't need to guess what will be popular 6 months from now. They can wait, see what is actually selling, and then rapidly produce more of it. This is the aha moment. Zara's strategy is built on substituting information for inventory. They replaced massive bets on future trends with a massive, real-time data-gathering network. Their key advantage isn't a famous designer or a lower price point. It's speed. And that speed allows them to give customers exactly what they want, precisely when they want it, turning the industry's biggest liability, uncertainty, into their greatest strength. Zara's fast fashion model is a masterclass in strategic agility. It teaches us that in a fast-changing world, the ability to respond is more powerful than the ability to predict. They built their entire supply chain not around the goal of being the cheapest, but around the goal of being the fastest. The lesson is clear: listen to your customer, and build a system that can act on what you hear, instantly. By closing the gap between demand and supply, Zara created one of the most formidable retail machines of the 21st century. If you learned something new, hit the like button and subscribe for more strategy breakdowns. And let us know in the comments, what company's strategy should we unlock next?